जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय राधा वल्लभ श्री राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल श्री श्री गौरीताय की श्री श्री राधा भगवान की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बल सुभद्रमय की श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 21, verse number 29. So this verse, in one sense, a clear summary of what Bali Maharaj has promised and what he has delivered, the next expectation of Lord Vamandev. So all three points are very clearly noted in this today's verse, 29 verse. So let us read word by word, then we read the full verse. Padani Trini Dattani Bhumir Mahayam Tvaya Suram Dvabhayam Kranta Mahi Sarva Tritiyam Upakalapaya Padani Trini Dattani Padani Trini Dattani Bhumir Mayayam Toyasura Bhumir Mahayam Toyasura Dvabhayam Karanta Mahi Sarva Dvabhayam Karanta Mahi Sarva Tritiyam Upakalpaya Tritiyam Upakalpaya Padani Trini Dattani Bhumir Mahayam Toyasura Dvabhayam Kranta Mahi Sarva Tritiyam Upakalapaya Padani Trini Dattani Bhumir Mahayam Toyasura Dvabhayam Kranta Mahi Sarva Tritiyam Upakalapaya Padani Trini Dattani Bhumir Mayam Toyasura Dvabhayam Kranta Mahi Sarva Tritiyam Upakalpaya. Dvabhayam Kranta Mahi Sarva Tritiyam Upakalpaya. Okay, so we'll repeat word by word. Padani, footsteps. Trini, three. Dattani, have been given. Bhumiya, of land. Mahayam, unto me. Toya, by you. Asura, O king of the demons. Dvabhayam, by two steps. Kranta, have been occupied. Mahi, all the land, sarva, completely, tritiyam, for the third step, upakalpaya, now find the means. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki. O King of the demons, you have promised to give me 3 steps of land, but I have occupied the entire universe with 2 steps. Now think about where shall I put my third. So this verse has no purport, but later as part of the discussion we will look into the next 3 verses. Om Ajnana Trimindasya Jnananjala Salakaya Chaksurulmitamena Tasme Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Ishtupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namini Namaste Sursudevi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. O King of the demons, you have promised to give me 3 steps of land, but I have occupied the entire universe with 2 steps. Now think about where shall I put my third. So this is the statement by Lord Amandev. So after occupying the entire universe with 2 steps, so now Lord Vamandev is asking, where should I put the third step? Please think about it and give me the answer. So this is a statement by Vamandev, Lord Vamandev. So to understand this context very clearly, if you look back some of the previous chapters, so where Lord Vamandev begged for those 3 steps of land. And of course, if you go back a little bit more, few more chapters, for example, chapter 8, where we find Samudra Manthan. And the event leading from the Samudra Manthan are being celebrated right now. For example, this Mahakumbha Mela happening at Prayagraj, very unique event. So this is actually celebrating some of the events that happened during that Samudra Manthan. That is churning of ocean. And of course we all know why the ocean was churned. In order to get nectar, amrita from through churning. So at the end, Dhanavantari came by holding amrita kunda in the hand. So at that time, the demons headed by Bali Maharaj, they snatched the amrita kunda. That Kalasa, Amrita Kalasa. At that time, it is said that 4 drops of Amrita fell. Where all it fell? In 4 places. In Bharatavarsya, on the earthly planet. Those 4 places are Haridwar, first. The second is Prayag. Third is Ujjain. And of course, the 4th is Nasik. These are the 4 places 1 drop fell. To commemorate, to celebrate that, this Kumbha Mela is being held every 4 years. So the Kumbha Mela that is happening is called Maha Kumbha Mela. So 2025 this year, Maha Kumbha Mela. So this is started on January 13th last week. Now this will go up to February 26th. So that is the day of Maha Shivaratri. So it started on January 13, Monday, and of course January 14th was the Mahasankratri. So many exalted personalities around the world have come, assembled there, and of course to take dip in the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. That is called Triveni Sangam. Three. We hear three Padani, three. There are three rivers confluence, meeting. So those who take dip or sprinkle that water on their head, it seems they will be purified, not only externally but internally. Okay? So, not sure any of you visited there, but don't worry. So I brought the water from there. So this is for those who are attending Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class today. So last week I happens to be there, January 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th. Okay, so by Lord mercy, I had a privilege and opportunity to be there. So therefore, of course, take dip, following footsteps of all other Mahajanas assembled there. Then along with that, somehow I remembered I should bring, some water. Very difficult to get, but somehow I managed to get in a small bottle. So Chaitanya, please come. So you can sprinkle on all the devotees who are assembled here. Some on yourself. So thank you, Chaitanya. So Sri Chaitanya is of course even more, fortunate that he got to have this water sprinkled by Mataji, Narayani Mataji herself. So even more fortunate, getting water from the lotus hand of Mataji. So that is further purified. So it's already Ganga water is so pure. So just like Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is called Amala Purana, is the purest Purana among all the Puranas. Similarly, the Ganga water is pure compared to any other river. And of course, this is not just Ganga water. Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati combined. See the power. Then furthermore, coming from Mahabhagavata's hand, Uttama Bhakta's hand, is even more purifying. So thank you. And of course, those who are joining online, so you can just see the water and be happy. If you want to have, so please come to the temple by 9 o'clock. I'll still be here and we can sprinkle this water on your head. Okay, so now moving forward, and of course we know that Samudra Manthan happened, then Lord in the form of Mohini Rupa, distributed that nectar mostly to the Devatas. Devatas became very powerful. Then they got back their kingdom, started ruling. And later Bali Maharaj performed, pleased the Brahmanas. As a result, he got even more, powerful effulgence. Then he went back to heavenly planet to take over the kingdom. At that time, so the Devatas actually didn't even protest, they simply run away. So therefore, Bali Maharaj, won that war without fighting. There's a bloodless war. So then of course, looking at this event, Mother Aditi was not happy. So therefore she performed Payavrata. So that was the one of the chapter 16 discuss about Payavrata. She did Vrata for 12 days. Then Lord appeared, Lord Narayana. So then of course he said, oh, I understand your desire. So I will appear as your son. He did appear, and that is Vamandev. He appeared as a dwarf Brahmana. Why? Lord wanted to restore back their kingdom without fight. Just like Bali Maharaj took over without any fight. So now, so if he comes with full weapons, and then there will be a real fight. A real fight means there will be so a lot of soldiers on both sides get killed. So therefore, so he devised a way. What was the devised way? So maybe just come as a small dwarf, small size Brahmana. That's what he has come. And he knew that Bali Maharaj is going to celebrate, his occupying the universe by conducting Aswamedha Yajna. So that is why he came as a Brahmana. Then when Bali Maharaj started conducting this Aswamedha Yajna, where did he conduct? He conducted on the bank of Narmada river. And so those of you who have good knowledge of river, the pathway. So this Narmada river, originates in Madhya Pradesh and flows to Gujarat, Maharashtra, then finally into the ocean. So this is like a, traditional boundary between North India and South India. So you can say, so it's high level, so the traditional. Of course, now boundary is not there, but this is high level boundary. So, so when Bali Maharaj conducted Aswamedha Yajna, so Vamandev in the form of a dwarf Brahmana appears at that Yajna sthala. So obviously, when you have a effulgence Brahmanas coming in, especially a small boy, so much of effulgence, everybody get attracted. So Bali Maharaj also got attracted and immediately offered him a seat and performed, worshipped Lord, worshipped this dwarf Brahmana, the Vamandev. Then requested him, please ask for something in charity. So Vamandev said, please give me just 3 steps of land. Just 3 steps. Land just enough to put 3 steps. At that time, Bali Maharaj is thinking, or tells this Vamandev, that you were a small, nearby, like smaller than Sri Chaitanya. Correct? Small, you don't know what your self-interest. Ask something more. He tried to encourage him. Please ask for a Dvipa, island, big island. Or ask for many servants who will serve you. So who will take care of you. So he encourages. But Lord Vamandev gives beautiful answer. He says, one who cannot be satisfied by 3 steps of land, he cannot be satisfied even if you give them many, many universes. So he explains many beautifully. So why we have to be satisfied, especially Brahmana. Brahmanas should not be greedy. Others may be greedy, Kshatriyas may be greedy. That is how they want to expand their kingdom. But whereas Brahmanas are always focused on serving Lord and they are very dear to Lord. So therefore they should be just satisfied, content with whatever comes by providence will, or just small charity. Don't, just because somebody is offering a charity, you don't go and ask too much. So just ask, just little enough to satisfy your basic needs. So this has pleased, and of course he has also glorified the family lineage of Bali Maharaj, starting from Hiranyakashipu, then of course Prahlad Maharaj, then Virochana, the father of Bali Maharaj. So very beautifully glorified them. Then he said, I'm very happy with just, I know you all are very generous people, generous kings, so but I just happy with 3 steps of land. So he did say, yes, so be it, he's given. Then of course in other later chapters, we know, chapter 20, the previous chapters and all, so there, so the guru of Bali Maharaj, Śrīmad he actually said, no, this is not a Dwar Brahmana, this is actually a Supreme, Lord Vishnu, Supreme Person of Godhead. He is going to take away all that you got, then hand over to your enemy, you want. But whereas Bali Maharaj is not thinking like that. Bali Maharaj thinking, oh, here is the Brahmana and I have promised to give him, I must fulfill that promise. Oh. So he performs Lord worship again with Ganges water, then take the water, puts on his head. Even at that time, even Lord Shiva came, even they also put in their head. So they are showing us, so when we have exalted personality come in, a pure Brahmana or a Brahmana, so how to receive them, how to worship them, after worshipping, the water that is used to wash their lotus feet, take that water, put it on our head. So purify our existence. So they all did. So that went on fine. So now after that he agreed. Then we all know that very beautifully how Lord Vamandev, he was a small dwarf, but he became Vikasa, expanded himself. In the first step, he expanded, cover the skies and so many things. So that's all we will hear as we go along. So then with second step, he covered all other planets, including Brahmaloka. So everything over. So then this verse says, please tell me now where do I put third step. So before this, there are few more verses of this chapter. They mentioned about at that time Garuda. Understanding the Lord's desire, he captured him and tied with rope up that snake. So now, he is tied. So at that time, so Lord of them is saying this statement. So this is very powerful. So once we start going deeper, Padani Trini Dattani. So going through this verse, Padani Trini Dattani. Pada, we know Pada. Footsteps. Padani. Then Trini, three Dattani have been given. That is the promise by Bali Maharaj. So this Bali Maharaj is of course very exalted personality. And in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam elsewhere we read that Bali Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajanas. Correct? So if you understand, Toya Sura, Lord says here, the next line, Bhumer Mahayam Toya Sura. Toya Sura, you Asura. In this case, oh, you Bali Maharaj. So this Bali Maharaj is very glorious. One of the 12 Mahajanas, and we know all the other Mahajanas. And these Mahajanas follow the footsteps of other Mahajanas. That is why they are called Mahajana. And why in this case he is called Mahajana? Even though he has refuted, he did not obey the order of his Guru, Śrīmad. Why? This Guru Śrīmad is not a true spiritual master coming from any of this discipline succession. So he is more of a family Guru, family lineage. So you can say a Guru with material interest, not full interest of somehow connecting his disciple to the Supreme Lord. So he's always had some little self-interest. So therefore, and of course, this Bali Maharaj is someone, once he takes a vow, he wants to fulfill that vow. Whatever may be the difficulties, challenges, even if he loses the entire his belongings, procession. And he is demonstrated here. And so therefore he accepted to serve this Vamana, Dwar Brahmana, rather than again taking back that vow that was made to Vamandev. So that means he has to reject his Guru. Rejecting instruction of a Guru means he is equal to rejecting Guru himself. At that time Guru has cursed him. Because you rejected my order, my instruction, my guidance, so therefore you will go to hell. You will lose all your possession and you will go to hell. That's what he already cursed. And that is what actually almost seems to be happening. So, because he has followed the steps of Mahajanas such as Lord Shiva, Brahma, then of course Kumaras, Kapila, Manu, his own grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj, then others, the Janaka Maharaj, Sukadev Goswami, Yamaraj. So these are other 11 Mahajanas, and here Bali Maharaj followed those footsteps. So therefore, he is called Mahajana. That's what Prabhupada says. The place I read. Why this Bali Maharaj is called Vamandev? Sorry, Mahajana. So he's called Mahajana because he's following footsteps of all other great personalities coming in the line of discipline succession, who are truly spiritual teachers and following their instruction, following their footsteps, so we can please the Lord. If you can please the Lord, you can please everybody. Yasmin tuste jagat tuste. So therefore it's called Mahajana. So now coming to next line. Dvabhayam Kranta Mahi Sarva. Dvabhayam with 2 steps. Kranta. So Kranta means have been occupied. Sarva Mahi. Mahi land. Sarva land. So the Sarva land that was owned by, possession by Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was king of the entire universe. That means in the universe we got so many islands and so many planets. With 2 steps he has covered. And in the verse number, next verse, which is 30, so Lord says, He says, as far as the sun and moon shine with the stars, as far as the clouds pour rain, all the land through the universe is in your possession. He says, O Bali Maharaj, as far as the sun shine and moon shine goes, and as far as this rain cloud, the rains from the cloud fall, all the land that was owned by you, and that land I have taken over with just 2 steps. So how? So he says in the again verse number 31st, of all these possessions, that is Bali Maharaj, all this land that you own, with 1 step I have occupied Bhurloka. Just this 1 step. And with my body, I have occupied the entire sky in all direction. So body means, so he's already standing in one first step, correct? So expanded himself, so he covered all other entire sky in all direction. So the first step. In second step, he lifted his leg, up like this and expanded. So he touched not only Brahmaloka, but also, through his toenail, it pierces into the layers of this universe, and as a result, from the whole, Ganga water also started dripping in. Correct? And we are all fortunate to have this Ganga water dripping from toenails of Lord Vamandev, who is Trivikrama. So he is Trivikrama. And of course, you all know that. So Trivikrama is the presiding deity of our Melbourne temple. So there is Trivikrama on the left side. So if you have not seen regularly, so please take darshan of Trivikrama. Of course you are taking darshan, but remember explicitly that here is Trivikrama, so who is able to win the whole world with just 3 steps. So this Trivikrama, so he himself is saying, and in your presence with my second step, I have occupied the upper planetary system. So this is a statement by Lord himself, because in case Bali Maharaj is not able to see the end of the universe or beginning of the universe, a middle planet, so he is just again explaining that I have covered all of this which you own. So he is recognizing that Bali Maharaj owns those processions, those planets and the entire universe. So here in the purport, Prabhupada says, according to the Vedic description of the planetary system, all the planets move from east to west. So that is why we say sun is rising on the east. Okay? So the sun, the moon and 5 other planets such as Mars and Jupiter orbit one above another. This is like a parade. In fact, they are saying this month, all these planets that we have got, 9 planets, will be aligned like in a parade fashion, like a sequence, one after other. And if you happen to have a high precision telescope, you can see that in the night time. So there are various videos are floating around these days explaining how people can see the parade of these planets. So a very unique arrangement in the cosmic manifestation. So it seems. So this purport of Prabhupada also says the same thing. So Vamandev, however, expanded his body and extending his steps, occupied the entire planetary system. Upper planetary, middle planetary and lower planetary. The entire universe is, Vamandev is able to cover with simply 2 steps. So this is what Lord is furthermore explaining to Bali Maharaj. So then of course he is asking for, now please think about where should I put my 3rd step. So before that he also says, you made a promise. So in the 32 verse, he says, because you have been unable to give charity according to your promise. Your promise that you will give me 3 steps of land, but I occupied everything that you own with 2 steps, therefore your promise is broken. So the rule is that you should go down to live in the healthiest planets. If you are not able to fulfill the promise made to Brahmana, then what is the punishment? Punishment according to Shastra is that you go and live in hellish planet. So that is what Vamandev is instructing. So therefore, in accordance with the order of Śukracharya, your spiritual master, now you go down and live there. So this is what Vamandev is saying. But obviously, Bali Maharaj is determined to fulfill his promise. He is not now thinking, okay, only my possession is taken. Something else is still there. I am still there. I am not yet taken. Only my belongings are taken, right? Sometime you may, donate entire wealth that you own. The houses, bank balance, your whatever you got, everything you donate to Trivikrama. That doesn't mean that you lost everything. No. You still have yourself, correct? So, but Prabhupada purport, he is talking about how the devotees think in this context. So Prabhupada says, Narayana para sarve. So the devotees are always engaged fully in serving Lord Narayana, whether it is in Swargaloka or Narakaloka. So this is one of the verse. So in the earlier chapters, Canto 6. So Lord Shiva says this statement to Parvati Devi. Why? Parvati Devi has cursed Chitraketu to become a demon. At that time, still Chitraketu was very happy. So he didn't take it, that curse, that seriously. He is still appreciating Mata Parvati Devi. So at that time, Parvati was surprised. How is this? That even though he was cursed to become a demon, and he is still so jubilant and happy. So at that time, Lord Shiva says, the devotees of Lord, they are engaged in service of Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana. So they are never conditioned in respect of all these curses that we give. They are jubilant and they are very happy to serve Lord, whether the heavenly planet or hellish planet. So wherever it is, they are very happy to serve the Lord and engage fully in the service of Lord. So Narayana para sarve. So this is very, so nicely given in purport of Prabhupada. So he says they are not seeking, liberation. So they are happy with serving the Lord in wherever it is, and their goal is to serve, and their only interest is to serve the Lord. And so here Prabhupada is saying that there are also equilibrium. So they may be subjected to various kind of dangers. So Lord may give them entire universe or multiple universes, or He can take away everything, just like Vamandev did for Bali Maharaj. Still, both conditions they view equally. So such devotees are called Sita Prajñas. And here, Vamandev is an example of Sita Prajña. So even though everything is taken away, or he knew that it will be taken away because his Guru, Śrīmad already said that. And then not only that, you will be pushed to hellish planet. That Śrīmad said. And then of course, furthermore, that is indicated by Lord Vamandev. He is saying that as your spiritual master already said, you now go to hellish planet. So, so this devotee is always transcendental. So devotees, doesn't matter wherever they go. So as Vamandev asked Bali Maharaj to go to hellish planet, so he says apparently just to show the entire universe how tolerant Bali Maharaj was. Actually Lord wanted to glorify further. Lord knows the past, Lord knows the present, He knows the future. Still He wants to present how tolerant this Bali Maharaj is. Even though he lost all his belongings, the entire universe, but still very tolerant. And furthermore, this seems like, pricking him that now you go to hellish planet. So he's saying that in spite of all of this, still Bali Maharaj is happily willing to serve the Lord. And in that way, Bali Maharaj is further glorified. So this is a special mercy from the Lord. So, so of course, so devotee does not hesitate to carry out Lord order, even if it is the most difficult, including where they have to even give up their life also. So they are ready to give up their life, ready to give up whatever they got, but they are very happy to serve the Lord. And Lord wanted to demonstrate, showcase that here is the Mahabhagavat. So here is the Uttama Bhakta. So here is a Mahajana. So who can do that and further glorified. Actually here Prabhupada says, devotees do not live alone. So everyone lives with Supreme Personality of Godhead. But because devotee engaged in service, he is actually not in any material condition. He is always in transcendental condition. Transcendental condition means always Satchidananda. Just like Lord is Satchidananda, the devotees in service of Supreme Lord, they are also in Ananda state. In the service of, they may be in separation, they may be in direct service, but they are deriving so much of pleasure because they are serving the Lord. And of course, Lord is unlimited Ananda. And when you connect with unlimited Ananda, obviously you will get also unlimited Ananda. Just like if you connect this wire to the right socket, then we are deriving a power. We can't take that wire and put wherever hole is. Correct? There are holes there also. If you put a hole, can we get the electricity? We don't. We have to connect to the authorized point. Correct? So that's why he's deriving. Similarly, those who are serving Lord as per the instruction of Parampara, so they are serving in authorized way and authorized practice. So therefore, they get all that Satchidananda from the Supreme Lord. So Prabhupada also points about Bhaktivedanta Thakur's statement, who says, Kita janma hoy yata tuya dasa. He says, even if I am born as an insignificant kita, insect, so as long as I am in association of devotees. So he says, doesn't matter whatever janma is. Either I be engaged in service of our Lord, whether it is a heavenly planet or hellish planet, or any form of life. Even if I am born as a insect, kita means insect, maybe ant, maybe some bug, still I would like to be in association of devotees. So that is talking about demonstrating the power of association and the need for having association of devotees, which can elevate. Even if a person is born as an animal in association of devotees, in next life he will be born as a human, pure devotee. We have seen the story of Bharat Maharaj. So how he ended up becoming a deer. But in deer life, he has spent in association of devotees. So then he again born as a, human form of life, Jada Bharat. So because devotees are engaged in the service of Lord, anyone who lives with them also lives in Vaikuntha. So that means if you live with the devotees, as Prabhupada says, he lives in Vaikuntha. So just outside, there is a Prabhupada statement he made in this temple itself. He said this temple is in not Melbourne. So this temple is actually a, Vaikuntha Loka. So because here we have got Gaurnitais, so Mayapur is here. We have got Radha Vallabha, Vrindavan is here. We have Jagannatha, brother Subhadramaya, Jagannath Puri is here. So therefore, this is not a Melbourne, so this is a Vaikuntha Loka. So if you are engaged in service of Radha Vallabha, so you are engaged in service of Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha Loka. Correct? You are not living in Melbourne, you are living in Vaikuntha Loka. So as long as you engage in service of Lord, as per Lord order, not your order, your desire, Lord desire. So here is Bali Maharaj is also same thing. So Bali Maharaj is serving Lord as desired by Lord. Otherwise he would have said, okay, this Brahmana, I will now withdraw that promise. So rather than saying, okay, here is my 3 steps, you take it. But he says, no, I would like to give 3 steps of Lord. His 3 steps will be small land. But the 3 steps of Supreme Lord is unimaginable. His lotus feet can expand to not just one universe, all the universes. Not just all the universes in the material world, but all the planets within, all the universes within spiritual world also. So he can expand to unlimited. There is no limit to his glory. So he has demonstrated that. So, so we can clearly say that devotees they are not interested in anything else other than serving Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord according to the desire of the Supreme Lord, not their personal desire. Otherwise we may have our own fancy desire to serve Lord in our own way. So here is better to serve just as desired by the Lord, and that is what Bali Maharaj is actually doing. So Prabhupada quotes this Annabla Sunyam verse said by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami. So there it says, Anukulena Krishnanusilam. So it says, serving the Lord as desired by the Lord. So they are the first class devotees, and which is very nicely demonstrated by Bali Maharaj. Now coming to the final 2 words of the verse 29. Triyam upakala paya. Tritiyam is here, Triti. So which is for the third step. Then upakala paya. Upakala. So upaya. So there is a word called upaya. Upaya means make some plan. So upakala paya. Now you please find a means for my 3rd step. Where do I put it? And of course, so later in the next 3-4 verses you will see that Bali Maharaj says, what he says, Padam Triyam Kuru, Sirni me Nijam. Sirsni me Nijam. Sirsni means my head. So your Padam Triyam, your 3rd step of your lotus feet. Where do you put? He says, Srini me Nijam. Please put on my head. Why? Because Bali Maharaj knows that although he lost his material property, but still he has this body. He says, oh Lord, I still have my body. Kindly put that lotus feet on my head. So this way he is fulfilling the promise that he made. So Lord thought, whether, he says, you didn't fulfill. With 3 steps I occupied everything. So therefore you go to hellish planet, and then you made a false promise. So therefore Bali Maharaj is saying that, Lord, if you think I have made false promise, please, put your lotus feet on my sirsni, that is head. So that is what he is requesting. Nijam. Nijam means the lotus feet. Lotus feet of Lord. So therefore the 3rd step will be on head. Then the promise is fulfilled. So this is how actually devotees always think. That, so analogically, So as I said earlier, if you own some, big property, many houses, maybe many cities, but you lose them. Like kings, they fight in a war, they lose. What do they lose? They lose their property. They don't lose themselves. They're still there. So similarly here, Bali Maharaj knows that even though Supreme Lord Vamandev has taken over everything, except his body is still there. Therefore, kindly put your lotus feet on my head, so then that fulfills the promise that I made. So that is why, so we call, this Bali Maharaj as someone who personification of this Atma Nivedanam. In the earlier canto, his grandfather Prahlad Maharaj talks about Navavidha Bhakti. And we all know about Navavidha Bhakti, starting with Sravanam and Kirtanam. So that is what we are doing by reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, by listening to Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So we are doing Sravanam and we are also speaking Kirtanam. And of course, Prahlad Maharaj was the embodiment and perfect example of Vishnu Smaranam, always remembering Lord. And as we move forward, the last form of Navavidha Bhakti, that is Atma Nivedanam, and his grandson, that is Bali Maharaj, is demonstrating how to surrender completely. Not only surrender whatever you own materially, the wealth, the fame, the servants, whatever so he surrendered completely. Along with that, he surrendered himself. He says, my entire body is also for your service. You put your third step. So this has, pleases the Lord completely. So even this against the instruction of his own spiritual master, that is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And having similar goal, so some of the devotees, of course, here, they also surrender completely themselves to their Lord. And here, of course, Mataji, Narayani Mataji, is one example of complete surrender to Supreme Lord. Complete surrender. So they don't think about owning their own property. They don't think about owning a lot of money, so that when they retire, they have to, so that they can use to, do Vanaprastha life. But they completely surrender. This means they simply depend on the mercy of Supreme Lord. Lord will take care. I heard Mataji's class, or maybe earlier, she mentioned that other family members own so many things. They have money for retirement. But whereas Mata is saying that here I am fully in service of Guru, Prabhupada, and then the Lord. So Lord will take care. So He will provide me shelter wherever I go. Correct? So therefore, it all depends on us. If you fully surrender, Lord will make arrangement. If you half surrender, Lord will also do half arrangement only. In all our activities, even if you visit some place where there is no prasad available, if you have a determined that I will only accept prasada, nothing else. If no prasada, no problem. I will do complete full Nirjala Ekadasi, Nirjala fasting. Then arrangement will be made. And you try. You go to some place and not available, you try this. And with the determination, the Lord will arrange. Somehow some devotee will arrange. The Lord doesn't have to arrange directly. He will arrange through His agents, His representatives. Somebody will come and they will present to you. So here, our Bali Maharaj is a good, excellent example for us. How to, surrender ourselves. And we being in the temple, associated with this Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir, where Trivikrama himself is the presiding deity. He is like a president of this temple. Although we got Anvita Prabhu as the president, but as far as this room, temple, the deity and all the arrangement is concerned, the real president is Trivikrama. That's why we call, and any abhishek that happens on any day, you might have noticed very carefully. So we have so many celebrations. Krishna Janmashtami, Rama's appearance day, Jagannath Baladeva, that Mahabhishek. So many abhisheks happens in the temple. And although even Gaura Purnima, so we do abhishek of Gauranitai, along with them there is presiding deity comes. He's always there. So that demonstrates, very important. So this Bali Maharaj is showing us how to surrender. We may not surrender so much. At least we get inspiration from Bali Maharaj to surrender to best of our means, so that we can make our life successful, just like Bali Maharaj did. And of course, Lord has simply didn't push him into that hellish Patala Loka. Lord has become a doorkeeper, and later you will see. Imagine. So, and that Patala Loka is more opulent than heavenly planet. So that's the Lord makes arrangements. He might say, okay, go heavenly planets, don't worry. So that planet, I will make it much better than that heavenly planet. And not only that, I myself personally will be your doorkeeper, making sure that you are protected from all the danger. So this is how Lord, takes care of devotees. So just for little surrender, whatever little we got. Okay, with that let me stop here. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question? No problem. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. And some devotees who came late, so for your benefit, Prabhuji, so this is Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati's 3 river water from Mahakumbh Mela, on January 14th, Mahasankrati day. So I collected from Prayagraj and brought here. Kindly sprinkle on your head. So this is the special for those who are attending Śrīmad Bhāgavatam class. Yeah, even if you come late, no problem. Huh? Yes. So you and those 2 Matajis, others already had. Thank you.